You think Joe Biden knows what a fucking NFT is? He has no idea. Jake Paul is going to be the president in the metaverse.
Welcome to the DeSoto Approach with Jake and Logan.
Well, I don't know if you would call them aliens. Maybe they're not called that.
Let's go.
All right, bud, we're recording.
All right. Welcome back to episode number 10 of the DeSoto Approach, the most professional podcast in the history of the world, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
There's never
We're
been
getting
anything
up there.
quite
We're at double
like
digits
it.
now. We're getting double
We
digits.
are double digits.
That's how you know we're legit.
We are.
Just stick with it.
We're the most professional podcast in the world. I don't know what else you guys want from us.
Yeah, we
That's
had
why
some.
we're re-recording this episode.
Yeah, last week we recorded episode 10 and then had some technical difficulties. And you know what? Since we're the most professional podcast in the world, we're just decided we'll re-record it. Fuck it.
We run it back, dude.
Yeah, we won't even talk
run it
about the
back.
same shit. We'll just
We'll do it for the boys.
keep it going.
We do this for you guys. We do this for the fans.
Oh man. So I went
All
to
right.
the I wanted to tell you I went to the Kurt Warner movie last night. Have you heard of that?
Oh, it's out already?
Yeah.
Was it
It's
bad?
pretty sick. Do you know
It's good?
Okay. I thought it was good for what it was. So it reminded me a lot of, have you ever seen the movie Blindside?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It didn't really have much to do with football. Like it wasn't a sports movie. It was more like a motivational, like inspirational movie about Kurt Warner because like his life is fucking insane. Like, have you heard about it? Like, do you
Yeah,
know his
dude.
story
Kurt
at all?
Warner's a dog. Dude, me and Kurt Warner used to be coworkers. We both worked at Hy-Vee, dude.
Dude,
We're going to have similar life stories, dude. Started at
I know.
Hy-Vee, and we're going to the fucking top. Kurt Warner chose the path of playing football, being a sports guy, Super Bowl MVP, and now I used to
League
work at
MVP.
Hy-Vee. I used to work at Hy-Vee, and now I'm part of the most professional podcast in the world. We got similar stories, dude.
In like 2 years,
Big
you could
Kurt
be
and
the
I,
Super
dude.
Bowl MVP.
I could be.
You never know, dude. But like, do you know anything about his story, or do you just know like?
Oh, yeah, kind of. So I knew that he like worked at Hy-Vee, and he played for the Barnstormers, didn't he? Like in Des Moines.
So he like went. This is kind of a spoiler, but I mean, if you don't know the story, but most
Yeah,
people
dude, it's
do
not
know about Kurt.
not the new Spider-Man movie. Like this happened
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah, like this actually happened. But so he went to UNI and he was like the backup quarterback for a while, and the coach there like basically benched him because he didn't like him essentially.
Yeah.
And finally he got to start. He got the opportunity to start and did like really well. Like I don't know if he was an All-American, but I know he was like one of the top fucking quarterbacks, at least in that division.
Yeah.
And he ended up, he thought he was going to get drafted, didn't get drafted. And then like later on, the Packers called him and he's like, fuck, I got an opportunity. I'm going to go play for the Packers. So he went up to Green Bay and he got cut in 2 days. Like 2 days after he got there, he got cut.
Damn, dude.
It's kind of like a love story too. So he got like, he started dating this girl who is now wife. Like today is still married to her, but they were broke and like he ended up getting a job at Hy-Vee and
Hell yeah, dude.
him and his wife just kind of struggled, and this guy like was starting this team, the Barnstormers, and like
Oh, that was like when it started?
yeah, and at least that's what the movie made it sound like. I don't know if that's factual, but he like started this team and they were like practicing out in a cornfield and they were using like hay bales as like the walls in the arena.
Yeah.
And basically got an opportunity, like tore it up at the Barnstormers, and then somehow got noticed by the Rams, got signed.
Dude,
and
they
then-
won like the whatever league, like the Arena Football League,
yeah.
like Super Bowl, didn't they?
Yeah. They won it.
Yeah,
They won it
that's
actually a few years ago, and he has a jersey up in the rafters there
Yeah.
at Wells
yeah.
Fargo. A Barnstormers jersey, which is fucking cool.
Let's
But,
go, dude.
But he went to the Rams, and Trent Green was the quarterback there. And Trent
Yeah.
Green was like the next hot thing. Like he was like Patrick Mahomes level.
Yeah. Right.
And he got hurt like the first season that he was there, and Kurt Warner got an opportunity and just fucking took it, dude. And
Let's go, baby.
It was just insane. Like, just ended up, dude. It's crazy. But I watched that movie, and I don't know how you can watch that movie and go and tell somebody that they can't fucking do something. Because that is like, dude, I was fucking amped up last night. I was like, are you kidding me, dude?
This
movie,
dude's a
I
will
fucking
say,
beast.
From the previews, it looked bad.
Yeah, it's
because like they don't have any of the logos.
Cheesy.
It looks like a Disney movie, like a crappy Disney movie that they play cheesy? Like on the Disney Channel. Yeah.
It's cheesy,
but it's a
little
story.
Cheesy. Yeah, it's a little cheesy. But the thing that made it really cool for me was they like sprinkled in like they were showing film from the actual game, and they were like, it was like part the movie and then part actual film from the game.
Oh,
so it like, kind of brought you back.
Actual, yeah.
So it like brought you back into that moment, like you were watching it on TV, and they had like
that's
the announcers
cool.
and stuff.
I didn't know they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, that made it really cool actually. But anyway, that got me so amped up. I just had to tell you because it was fucking. Dude, Kurt Warner's the greatest quarterback of all time. Fuck,
he's the GOAT, dude.
Dude, Tom Brady,
dude.
Kurt Warner.
There's just fucking couple Iowa boys. See, guys like us, guys like Kurt, we're just a couple Iowa boys, dude.
Yeah. I went to UNI.
I love that. Where's he? Was he from Iowa originally?
Yeah, he's from Cedar Rapids.
Okay.
Which everybody famous is from Cedar Rapids, dude.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher.
And is it Adam Devine or Adam Devine?
No, he's from Omaha.
No, he's not. He's from Cedar Rapids.
Oh yeah, look it up. The guy from Workaholics.
Yeah,
he's from Omaha.
He's from Cedar Rapids, dude. Fuck
no,
you.
he's not, dude. He's from Omaha.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Trust me, dude. I used to love Workaholics.
Oh fuck. He's from Waterloo.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, it says Waterloo.
I swear he grew up in Omaha.
He was born in Waterloo. You know who else was born in Waterloo? Mitch.
Mitch was?
And Kyla. And Darren Sproles, the running back.
And Dan Gable.
Oh yeah, he probably would have been, yeah.
Greatest Olympic athlete of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, Dan Gable is a fucking badass.
Dude, Iowa breeds them. Breeds them big over here.
Fucking built different in Iowa.
Oh, fuck. No, but I just wanted to bring that up because it's like one thing I was thinking about was, so you know how like nowadays we have social media and we can like follow what people are doing without actually talking to them. Like you kind of know what like some friend you had in high school, even though you haven't talked to him forever, you kind of know what he's doing because social media. And the fuck? Some country song just started playing on Alexa. Alexa, turn off the music. All right, we're good. But okay, back to what I was saying. So the social media, yeah, what up? There's social media. And like imagine knowing Kurt Warner, like being his friend, but not like you don't talk to him a lot. And the last thing you heard was he was working at Hy-Vee. And then just like all of a sudden, dude, he's fucking he's this quarterback of the Super Bowl champion Rams like 5 years later. Like that's fucking insane.
Wild.
There's probably so many people that were just like so blown away by that.
Right, because he wasn't like a prodigy coming out of high school or even like in college, obviously, right?
He was good, but he was very unathletic, kind of like a Tom Brady type.
Yeah. Dude, even Tom Brady, like going to high school or even college with Tom Brady and then not knowing, because he didn't like get drafted. He was like the 199th overall pick.
Yeah. You'd
like
never
if
know.
you didn't have social media and stuff, you didn't like keep up with him. You know, like, yeah, he was, because he barely played at Michigan when he was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Kurt Warner's known as like the greatest. Well, people say that he's like the greatest undrafted player of all time because he was never actually drafted. He just got signed by the Rams from the Barnstormers.
Gilly and I were talking about this the other day. I think Adam Vinatieri was undrafted.
Oh, really?
Look that up. Because he's the best undrafted player of all time, right?
I mean,
if he was undrafted.
Kurt
he's
Warner,
the freaking all-time leading scorer in the NFL.
Yeah, but think about like the impact that the players have.
Yeah. He had the most points of any player of all time. No, I get it. Quarterback's a different position.
Undrafted out. Dude, he went to South Dakota State. That's pretty cool.
Adam Vinatieri?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Undrafted. Undrafted.
Undrafted? The all-time leading scorer in the NFL.
I feel like that's not uncommon though for a kicker.
No, for kickers?
Undrafted.
Yeah. Because it's a different thing than being a quarterback.
Yeah, like you could just go get some guy from Australia to be your punter, even though he's never played football. Like the Iowa punter was Australian. Or is Australian.
Or like Sebastian Janikowski. Like that guy just freaking rips cigs. And fucking just punts like fucking boots like 70-yard field goals, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, Kurt Warner's the greatest quarterback of all time. And
he's the GOAT.
Can't argue.
Undeniably.
Undeniable.
I mean, look, Tom Brady gets all the accolades. Yeah, he's won 7 Super Bowls, but he never worked at a high B. He never had to grind like a real fucking goddamn American.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing, last thing I'll say on Kurt Warner that I thought was cool. I already knew this going in, but they talked about it in the movie a little bit. He talks about how the only reason he was successful in the NFL is because he played on the Barnstormers in arena football. Because playing arena football made the NFL look like it was in slow motion.
Because that makes sense. Everything's so small in arena football.
And you have to get rid of the ball so fast, and like everything's so much faster. But he talks about how
Damn.
I've heard him talk about that before, not in the movie, but it's like everything in the NFL just felt like slow motion, so it was just easier for him to make his reads and stuff like that. But I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's wild. That is kind of cool. Dude, speaking of football, though, the national championship game is tonight. I mean, this doesn't come out for a couple days, but today's Monday, so...
So Alabama is the national champion?
Yeah, by the time this comes out. Dude, I saw Georgia's football team, like, on all the buses on Saturday. Because I was in Indianapolis over the weekend, and while we were leaving, they were, pulling in. Because they're playing at Lucas Oil Stadium, like the Colts Stadium tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And so there was they had 5 buses, and it's just the whole side. Like, it has the big G, the Georgia logo, and it just has a huge 2022 national championship, on the side of it. And there was 4 or 5 buses. Yeah, no shit. But I didn't know they were playing in Indianapolis.
Why were you in Indianapolis?
For work. We had a big conference thing in Indianapolis.
Big time.
And yeah. But we were leaving, and I was like, dude, is that Georgia's football team? I had no idea where they were playing at, so I didn't know. And we saw because we were leaving as they were pulling into Indianapolis, and it's just 4 fucking giant Georgia buses. I was like, dude, that has to be their football team. And I looked it up, and it said they're playing at Lucas Oil Stadium. I was like, oh, that 100% was them.
It had to be, yeah. Yeah, wow.
Very, very nondiscreet. Nobody could tell who it was.
Yeah.
It was just the most
surprised
obvious.
They didn't fly.
Well, I was actually just talking to Gilly about this. They probably did, but they just rode for the buses from the airport to maybe they were going to the stadium to have a practice or whatever, or just to the hotel or whatever they were doing.
Right. Yeah.
Because Gilly was talking about that. Yeah, Gilly was talking about that. For Liverpool, when Liverpool flies to a game, they have someone drive the bus because England's not that big, but they still fly to a couple games that are farther away. So they'll have someone on the staff that'll drive whatever the 5 hours to the game, where they'll just fly, and they'll have the staff drive the buses and then drive them around while they're there. So they still drive around in Liverpool buses.
Gotcha.
Even though, so they didn't have to ride the freaking 6-7 hour drive in the buses the day before they play a fucking professional sports game. That would suck. I always think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I
do a
bet
lot
they-
of them do a lot of them fly like a couple days before? Because this was on Saturday. Because they played tonight, and I was like, oh, I bet they flew in.
They're probably there all weekend.
Yeah. Oh,
Or
100%.
week, maybe.
That's what I was
maybe
saying.
even longer. Yeah.
Yeah, like a couple days. Like they might have flown on like Wednesday or Thursday. So then they don't have that traveling, and they maybe go practice at Lucas Oil Stadium or something, and then
Or like the
don't know.
Colts practice facility, wherever that is. I'm sure they get to use it.
yeah. Because it's different than like a regular season game. Like it's a national championship. They're not gonna like.
The NCAA is gonna put some money into that. They're making so
Yeah.
much fucking money off those guys.
Dude, we so at UD, which we're just fucking bullshit Division 3, but we played in nationals my junior year, and we all got like the NCAA pays for so much, even for Division 3 stuff. Like we played in Chicago, we played at the University of Chicago, and they give each team like a certain amount of money for. I think they like pay for the stay. Like we all stayed in a hotel for. We went down the day before we played, and we had like a practice, and we stayed in a hotel that night, and then we played that next day. And then technically, because if we would have won that, we would have played the day after. So like we went down Friday, so we played Saturday. We went down Friday. We had a practice at the field that we were gonna play at. Stayed the night, and then Saturday we had the game. And if we would have won, we would have played Sunday at the same place. So I'm pretty sure they had to have booked the hotel rooms already, anyways, because they're not gonna like try and wait until after the game gets over at 7:00 at night and then try and freaking book a hotel. But I'm pretty sure like the NCAA paid for all that, and then they also pay for like all of us to get food that night. So we got to go out to like this really nice restaurant in Chicago, and everyone had like it was like a pretty nice restaurant, so everyone had like a $50 limit on stuff they could get. But they didn't like really keep track of it. They were just like, whatever, they pay for everything. And so this kid on our team ordered fucking 2 dinners, ordered like $70 worth of food, and then like as we're leaving, ordered a creme brulee to go and just ate it on the bus on the fucking ride back.
That's fucking savage.
Dude,
Fuck them, dude. They make so much money. Maybe not off your team, but they make so much money off of so many fucking people.
Oh, yeah.
Kids in college.
Dude, the
insane,
NCAA is the most bullshit organization ever. They just make all this money off of these kids that are they're training like professional athletes. They're living their lives like professional athletes. They're making money off of it as much as like a NFL or an NBA franchise does. Like how often like I'm glad they changed the rule that they can get paid now. I get not letting them like get paid by the schools, because then the Alabama's just always gonna be good no matter what. There's no way
or
that
any
like,
school with a lot of money.
Right, exactly.
Like
or like
UCLA.
Duke for basketball. Right. There's no way that smaller schools are ever going to get any recruits if they can just pay the players a shit ton of money.
The private schools would be the ones competing. Because they have way more money.
Right, exactly. But like not being able to make money off of your name is so fucked up. Like Johnny Manziel was getting in trouble for like signing autographs for money. You should be allowed to do that. That's insane. Or like the fact that Zion.
That's
communist.
communist.
Like the fact that Zion couldn't like sign a shoe deal while he was in college. Like he was on ESPN every single day, dude. ESPN was making so much money off him. The NCAA, dude, I watched like 10 Duke games that year. I don't watch college basketball that much. Like the tournament when it's on, and like I'll watch Iowa games every now and then. But like, dude, I don't care. I don't go out of my way to watch it. I watched like probably 10 Duke games that season just to watch him play. And like
same,
Duke
actually.
is making, and the NCAA is making so much money off of him, specifically, just him, and he didn't make a fucking penny, dude. And then now he's just kind of a flop in the NBA. Like, he just can't stay healthy. He's always hurt. He barely plays. Like, that sucks. Like, the NCAA made so much money, and he wasn't even allowed to go, like, sign a shoe deal completely separate from the NCAA. That's insane to me.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's just like, you can't even, like, it's undeniable, like, how corrupt the NCAA is. Like, you can't even argue it. You can't even, like, I'm sorry, but you can't fucking argue with me that kid should not be allowed to use his name on his birth certificate.
They own him.
To fucking sell a jersey.
Yeah. Dude,
like, he should be able to go make his own jerseys. He should go be able to make his own merch. Like,
he couldn't sell a t-shirt with a picture of his face on it.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. Which
That's
they
crazy.
can now. They can now.
Yeah,
but-
they can now. They just changed that though, like a year or two ago. Or this past
Yeah.
season is the first season. But like, I remember Trevor Lawrence during like the beginning of the COVID lockdowns and stuff, like tried to start a charity to help, like donate money for COVID patients or whatever that didn't have health insurance. And the NCAA fucking shut him down, dude, because it was his like likeness that was raising this money. That's insane to me. That's so fucked up. Dude, I remember I get worked up about this because I think it's ridiculous. But when I was in college, we had I don't remember what class it was for, but we had this like ethics assignment, and we had to pick like some sort of ethical dilemma, and then we had to pick and like explain why it was an ethical dilemma, and then pick a stance on what we like thought about it. And this kid did like how first of all, you can't go straight from high school to the NBA anymore. Like you can't go straight from high school to the NFL. Yeah. You have to be like, for the NFL, I think it's 3 years out of high school. In the NBA, it's just 1. You can play 1 year and then go to the NBA. Which is so
get their
stupid.
money.
Yeah, like you can go overseas and play in Europe, like the Balls did. Like LaMelo Ball did that because he made a bunch of money. But also, his dad's worth hundreds of millions, not hundred, whatever. His dad's rich enough to do that. Like how many like poor ass kids come from like shitty neighborhoods? Like LeBron. Like LeBron didn't have any money in high school. Like he came from like a pretty poor family. He couldn't have gone to Europe and played in Spain for 3 years to develop his skills and get paid while he does it. Like,
Granted,
I don't know. I just
LeBron
think that's
did go
insane.
straight from high school, but
he could have back then. Like he couldn't now. If he was in high school right now,
Zion
he wouldn't be allowed to.
Zion could have went straight to the NBA.
Yeah. Well, so his ethical dilemma was
rare,
like talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like his ethical dilemma was talking about that, and I was like, yeah, no, I agree with it. That's messed up. So then you have to pick a stance. Like you have to defend your side. And he was like, yeah, I think that's a good rule because 18-year-old kids aren't as physically developed as people in the NBA. It's like, yeah,
Did
no
you
shit,
see
then
Zion,
they won't get
dude?
signed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
It's
then
not-
they won't get signed. If you're not good enough to play, they're not going to sign you.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
I don't know. I think that was the stupidest
You're not
thing.
putting
And then-
your life at risk, like physically. You're not putting your physical health at risk.
Well,
It's
you
not like
are.
you're gonna get beat around in the NBA. Like you're
You
not
are.
gonna be.
Well, you are, but you are also going to do
I-
that in the NCAA,
I
and
know,
you're not
I'm
going to be
saying-
allowed to get paid.
No,
That's crazy.
I'm saying this kid's argument was that they're not physically developed enough to play in the NBA. Why does that matter? You're not
Yeah.
gonna get beat up. It's not
Right.
fucking UFC. Like
Right, and also
it's
if you're not physically developed enough to play in the NBA, then they're not going to sign you.
I mean,
you're not going to play then.
That's the main point, right
yeah,
there.
Zion Zion his freshman year in college would have been like the 5th heaviest player in the NBA. He was a fucking freak of nature. Like LeBron did that and was the best player in the NBA. His
Yeah.
rookie
LeBron
year.
was smaller even. LeBron is way
Yeah.
smaller than he is now.
smaller
still.
than Zion? Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
Or
was fine.
He's even small. He was way smaller than he is now too.
Oh yeah.
Like he wasn't
Well,
very
he
physically
was
developed,
18.
but he was
I mean, he was for normal
than
human
everyone.
beings.
yeah, for normal human beings, but like I don't know, dude. It's fucking
Like if you're
crazy.
good enough to play, then you should be allowed to play. If you're not, then they wouldn't sign you. Like they're not going to have some 18-year-old kid that's not physically developed enough and maybe would get hurt in the NFL or the NBA. Then they're not going to have you play on the team because you're an asset to that team. They're not going to just sign kids because you want to be in the fucking NBA.
Yeah.
Like they don't give a shit. Like
oh,
but if you're
yeah.
good enough, they would. If they're going to make
Yeah.
a ton of money off of you, like a Zion. Like how much money did Duke make off of Zion or the NCAA make off of Zion from people tuning in to watch it? Like I said, I watched how many games that I never would have watched
unbelievable amount of
without that. Yeah, I don't know. I just get worked up about that. I think it's the stupidest rule. It is different now that they changed it so you can get paid if you're in college now.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of things that still need changed, but
yeah.
oh well. Doesn't affect me. Gives us something to talk about on our fucking
Whatever. I
podcast.
heard you were going back out, dude. Yeah. You're going to go get your
go pro.
masters and start playing baseball
with
again.
with that logic, like that's like saying I'm just gonna go pro after high school. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go to the NBA.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Why not? No, dude. You're either good enough or you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that in everything in life. It's not fucking like it's not rocket science.
Right. And like that's what's cool about
whatever.
soccer. Like there's a lot of like young kids that'll get like Messi scored his first
Yeah.
goal for Barcelona when he made his
Baseball's
debut
like
when he
that,
was like
too.
16. Yeah. because you can. If you're good enough, they'll let you play.
You're right.
Because there's no there's no collegiate sports in Europe. So if you're good, like Messi signed his first contract for Barcelona when he was like 12 years old and moved from Argentina to Spain. Because they have like youth academies that you grow up in. And then if you're good enough to play when you're 16 years old, they'll play you on the first team. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. That's cool. You're allowed to make money off of your fucking own name, dude. That's insane.
Yeah.
The NCAA owns you while you play for them.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know.
Something
else we got?
crazy happened yesterday. See the
Bob
news?
Saget dying?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Is that what you were going to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bob
that's
Saget.
wild. Dude,
Dude.
he was only 65. I guess I thought he was older than that.
He was only 65 and he looked
Yeah.
pretty young still. Like it was
Yeah, he looked
I don't
good.
know what happened. I looked it up before this and they just still haven't.
Yeah. He died in like a hotel room though. So I don't know.
Yeah.
He must have
In
like a heart
Orlando.
attack or something.
Yeah.
Or like cuz I don't think did he do like drugs? Like would it have been a drug overdose?
I was talking with Mitch about that yesterday. And I'm like, I feel like Bob Saget's like a developed enough celebrity that he's kind of like past that stage, but I don't know. Like, you never
Yeah.
know.
But how else
just
do you
seems
just like drop dead?
Yeah, other than drugs or a heart
Dude,
attack.
it was
Foul
probably
play?
from the COVID vaccine.
Dude, why are you bringing that shit up on here? We're on YouTube.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but I just
Pfizer fucking assassinated Bob Saget, dude. Anthony Fauci fucking hated Full House. Or wait, what show is he on? Full House?
House.
Wasn't that what he was on?
Yep.
Dude.
No, I was thinking like I don't even remember ever watching a show with him. Like, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like I was still kind of like thrown off when I heard he died. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. And I don't even like, that's how fucking iconic he was.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've seen Full House. I never really watched it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I watched him do stand up before and he was really funny. He was like really quick. Like he just do like
yeah, he's like a
quick
really
jokes.
dirty comic too, which is funny because
Yeah.
he was like the nicest character on Full House.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Tim Allen too, I guess. There's a lot of guys like that.
True, yeah.
But-
Tim Allen, you'd think he's like this family man type guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't get upset about a lot of celebrities. Like, dude, I'm like, wow, Bob Saget died. That sucks. But I was like, I don't really like. Not that I don't
wasn't
care. Like,
upset.
yeah, it's
I was just
sad,
like,
but,
damn, that's crazy.
Dude, I will say when Norm Macdonald died, I was legitimately like, damn, dude, that sucks. Norm Macdonald is maybe the fucking funniest person that's ever lived. Do you ever watch like his old? I'll go on like binges of watching. I actually was last night. Molly like came downstairs and told me that Bob Saget died, and I was literally on my phone watching like Norm Macdonald clips on talk shows. He's so
really?
fucking funny, dude. He's the
I-
funniest person that's ever lived. You got to look up like compilation videos of him on
Dude.
just random talk shows. Like he'd always go on Conan.
Dude,
So
Kurt
fucking
Warner
funny,
is the
dude.
greatest quarterback of all time, and Norm Macdonald is the funniest human being of all time.
Dude, genuinely, he might be. He was so funny, dude. Like, he will tell jokes that if I told the joke, it's not funny, but he's just so
Yeah.
goofy. Whatever he says is funny. I don't know why or, like, how to explain it, but it's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
He was the GOAT. But, yeah, I'll say that was one that was kind of sad. Or, like, I was actually pretty upset about it. I was like, damn, dude, Norm Macdonald. Because he had cancer, and nobody knew that he had cancer. Like, he's just had it for, like, 10 years. And
Yeah.
nobody knew. Like, dude, he had his own show. Like, never brought it up or anything. Like, he just had a special that came out, like, 2 or 3 years ago.
Dude, that's
Like a
such a
stand-up
baller
special.
move, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Huge baller move. Like, literally nobody outside of his family knew. And he was
Yeah.
just like after he died, like, his family was like, yeah, he was just like, he didn't want it to take away from his work.
At least
Like,
his
'cause people-
family knew, though. Like, at least
Yeah,
he wasn't
oh,
just,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
not telling anyone. at all.
Right.
Like,
But
so they
he
saw
was
it coming,
like,
kind of.
yeah, he was like, I didn't want it to take away from my work. He's like, I just wanted to be funny. He's like, it would have just changed it if everyone knew I was dying of cancer.
It would've
So
been
he
like-
just
he would've-
fucking didn't tell anybody.
He would have felt like all the laughs and stuff would be out of pity. Or like,
Yeah,
oh, we feel
right.
bad for him, so we're going to go to a show.
Yeah.
Like, this
Dude,
might be
he's
the
a
last
fucking-
time.
he's so fucking funny. You got to watch like his special or something, or just like old clips of him on it. He's so good, dude. But
no, that's crazy. Celebrities dying, it's a weird thing because like they don't seem real. Like when Kobe died, it was like
that was with you when we found out.
Yeah, I was dude. That was the most shocking news I've ever gotten.
Yeah,
like,
I would say I was pretty.
I wasn't
sad.
I wasn't like heartbroken. I mean, because I don't know. I don't fucking know Kobe.
Yeah, I never met.
Like
Kobe,
I'm not friend. Like he's not my uncle. Like obviously, but like it was still like shocking. Like I was taken back by like what Kobe.
Yeah,
the thing that was sad about it was his daughter was with him when it happened.
I was gonna say,
was
dude, it was
more
so fucking tragic, dude.
Yeah. Damn.
Fucking his daughter was like on the helicopter with him, dude. I've been off choppers since then too. I'll say that.
Dude,
but his daughter was like with him, like, and his like he has other kids that are like pretty young.
Yeah. And a wife. Like
yeah. And like he was still doing so much shit. Like I think I was more upset when he died than if Michael Jordan died. Like I don't think I would really care that. Like Michael Jordan's not doing anything
Michael
anymore.
Jordan
No one gives a shit.
Kobe was more influential to people our age because we
yeah.
never got to watch Michael. Like I watched
that's
Michael Jordan
true.
play like one time on the fucking Wizards and he was like 80. Like
give or take a couple years.
Yeah, like Kobe, I remember watching him play. It was in his later years, but he was still dominant. Like he was still Kobe.
Oh yeah, dude, he
it's
scored
like watching
60
LeBron.
points in his last game.
Yeah, it's like watching LeBron now. Like
Yeah,
he was probably about LeBron's age. Like he was still like he was still
dude,
going
LeBron's
off.
still the fucking like best player in the NBA though. That's wild.
Dude, I don't know.
He's so good.
Dude, Giannis Antetokounmpo is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, but he's like in his prime right now.
Yeah.
Like LeBron's fucking 37. You know what I mean? Like
37, dude.
How old is LeBron?
He's like 32, I think.
He's 42 years old. Dude, I just looked it up. LeBron
He's probably older
is
than 32.
48
Dude,
years
fuck
old.
you.
LeBron
He's
James.
37. God damn
I
it.
told you. I told you, dude.
Dude,
That's
I
insane.
honestly I thought he was like 34. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was like 32 to 34.
Yeah, dude, he
Damn.
plays like he's 30.
Yeah. That's
Like
wild
LeBron's
that
a
he's
freak
37.
of nature. LeBron is arguably the most athletic human that's ever lived, right?
Yeah, except he couldn't get a header against what's his name.
Oh my god, dude, we're not even doing this.
What's that?
Gilly says, dude, we're getting into it. Because Gilly's been listening to these. And if he's listening to this episode, we're going to solve this once and for all, dude. He said that Virgil van Dijk, he's a center back for Liverpool. He's really good. He's like 6'4". Big guy. Wins a head over anyone in the Premier League. But LeBron James is fucking 5 inches taller, has a higher vertical. Dude, he said that out of 100 crosses into the box, if LeBron James is like the attacker and he's getting defended by Virgil van Dijk, that LeBron James does not win one header over him. And that is an insane thing to say. LeBron James is the most athletic human that's ever lived. And Gilly always argues that it's a skill set and that Van Dijk would win it, but he would win most of them for sure. But he said LeBron doesn't even have to score a goal. He just has to get his head to the ball first, and he wouldn't do that. That's insane.
Dude, that's insane. That's like saying LeBron wouldn't like catch a single touchdown pass if he didn't if he played in the NFL.
Yeah.
He would obviously catch a few. Like
And no, that's harder. Not a touchdown pass, just catching a pass.
Literally just hitting your head on the fucking ball. That's all he has to do.
Yeah. Dude, you get in 100 crosses, I bet I win one
insane.
header over Virgil van Dijk. Like people score
I
headers
have
on
no
Liverpool all the
context.
time, and they are not as athletic as fucking LeBron James.
Yeah. Dude, that's just some crazy shit Gilly said to piss you off.
Oh, and I know
Gilly
he said
knows
it
he's
just to
wrong.
rile me up because he's a smart kid, dude. He knows that that's wrong and it's an absurd thing to say, but I get fucking riled up about it, dude.
Get you riled up.
We gotta have him on the show sometime, and it's just gonna be me and him. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have him on the show sometime. You're gonna be the moderator, and it's just gonna be Gilly and I arguing about random shit, and you're gonna settle debates that we've had for us.
Okay. Oh yeah, like debates that have been going on for years.
Yeah, like that. And then you have to be the moderator because you're not involved in them, and you have no bone in the fight. You have to decide who wins the debates.
I can do that. I think
you could.
Yeah.
I think you could. You're open-minded. You're level-headed, and you have no desire one way or the other for either of us to win.
Right.
Except you're gonna be on my side, and he's wrong on everything.
It's something tells me that I'm gonna be on your side for most of this shit.
Yes, dude, because I'm right. I don't get up in arms about stuff that I'm wrong
right,
about. I'm pretty
you're wrong.
open-minded.
I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. Oh
Yeah,
fuck,
dude.
that's funny. Yeah, we need to do that. That'd be fun. If I'll bring a couple mics to Dubuque next time I come to Dubuque.
Oh yeah, we could do an episode here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
All right. What didn't you have something else too?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is crazy. So I just read this random story I found. This guy named Theodore John Conrad robbed a bank when he was 20 years old. He took $215,000 in a paper bag and paper bags when he was working as a teller and just walked out. Now that money is worth well over $1 million, and they just found him dead at 71, dude.
Wait, why is it worth $1 million? Was it Bitcoin?
Because of inflation.
Was it bags of
No, it was so
like
long
a long time ago.
This dude stole over $1 million adjusted for inflation when he was 20, and they just found him dead when he was 71. Dude, he was on the run for 51 years with all that fucking money, and he just walked out of a bank with it in a paper bag. He
he worked at the bank. Like, he didn't fucking go in and rob him. Like, he just worked there, and he just walked out of his shift and just quit. Never came back.
$215,000.
Jesus Christ!
I thought the article said he just walked out with it in a paper bag. How the fuck do you fit $215,000 in a paper bag?
Big paper bag. I don't know if it's just stacks of hundreds. Like, it probably wouldn't be that much. How many $100 bills is that?
100 and 10 and 1,000. So 10 times what's
like
1,000?
2,100.
1,000 times 10 is
10,000.
Holy fuck, dude! This is
It'd be $2,100 or 2,100 $100 bills, right?
Let me do the math. Let me 215,000.
215,000 would be 2,150 then, right?
So it'd be 2,150 $100.
Yeah, that's not
bills.
that much.
How many $100 bills are in a stack?
I don't know. Depends. You have a little $1,000 stack. That's only $10 $100 bills.
Oh, a stack. Oh shit. There's 1,000 bills in each stack. Damn. What? No, that's fucking dude.
Because that's $100,000.
That's 2 stacks. Literally 2 stacks is $215,000. Fuck off. That's not right.
He just had him in his pockets, dude.
Yeah, that math is so wrong. But apparently he just like changed. Like, dude, there has to be so many people that got away with shit like that back in, what was it, 1969? I think it said it was.
Yeah, dude, they got away with faking the moon landing in 1969, dude.
That's
well,
true.
have you seen that movie Catch Me If You Can with Frank Abagnale?
Is that like the magic one?
No, it's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he was like 16 and he ran away from home and he just faked being like a pilot and he faked being a doctor.
Oh, yeah,
and, like, faked a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And then he was like getting chased by the FBI forever, and they finally caught him, and now he gets paid a shit ton of money every year by like huge banks and stuff to try and forge checks or like try and like steal people's credit. I don't know, like he basically tries to beat their systems. That's what he used to do, and he's really good at it.
Yeah.
So he like banks will hire him to try and break through their stuff or like forge checks or do stuff like that. And so that they know how to better prevent against it. And he was saying, I was watching a speech with him. It's really cool. It's on YouTube. It was like, I think he was talking to like Google employees or something.
Dude, you told
like
me about this.
Video.
We watched this together.
Yeah. I don't know if we watched it together, but I definitely sent it to you.
Yeah.
It's so fucking interesting. And they were like, so how much harder is it now to do? Like, do you think you could have even possibly done what you did back then now? And he's like, oh yeah, it's way easier. He's like, he's like, yeah, it seems harder because there's way more technological stuff, but he's like, you have all of that, like
your
advanced technology on your side to be able to forge this stuff, like forging checks now. He's like, yeah, dude, you can just print it off a computer. He's like, back then they had to like, he would like, he was making a like employee ID for the pilot's license or the pilot's badge or whatever, and he would bought the Pan American, like a little toy plane from a store. And then he like peeled the label off of that and like put it on and like fucking waxed it onto this thing and was like forging checks and cashing like checks from them forever, and no one found out. Like, because you could just walk in and cash it at any like airport. You could just go up to the teller where you buy the tickets and just cash it in or whatever for money. That's how they got paid.
God.
And he was just forging these like thousands and thousands of dollars or taking them to the bank and stuff. Like, it's wild. It's super interesting though, because he works for the FBI now. Like, I don't know. And he was just like 16 years old and just started doing that shit.
Did he go to prison
That's
for
insane.
a while?
Dude, he was in like French prison for a year, and then the FBI, the guy that Tom Hanks plays in the movie, the FBI agent, was like looking for him and like finally found him and had him extradited to the US because there's like so many forgery crimes that he was guilty of in the US. And then he did a plea deal where he started working with the FBI, so he never I think he was like in jail kinda, but he would leave for the day to go work for them, and then eventually got his sentence like way reduced, and like I said, works for the FBI now and works like it's hired by these giant companies.
Like he probably had to work for the FBI, otherwise he'd go back.
Oh
to
yeah,
prison.
he would have been in prison for a long time. Yeah,
right.
But he was still young, like when he got caught. He was like 24, and he was doing it for like 8 years, just on the run. Like he faked being a doctor down in like Georgia. Like faked his Harvard certificate and stuff that he had, and was just like he was just a practicing doctor. Had no idea what he was doing. You can
like
do
that
nothing
one guy
matters, dude. We live in a simulation. He's a guy that realized that you live in a simulation. You can just tell people stuff, and they're just like, okay. Like people just trust whatever you say. If you say it with enough confidence, you can just go do anything. Or like, oh, we got to do a Bernie Madoff episode.
Yeah, dude. Talk about confidence.
Yeah, dude. I'm obsessed with people like that. Like, he just lied to people's faces and took all of their money, and they just believed him. Like, that's wild.
That's like I was watching that Jeffrey Epstein documentary series on Netflix, and dude, Jeffrey Epstein didn't even go to college. He just like got a job. Like, he was so good at sales that he just like convinced these fucking people to give him a job.
Yeah, like
he just lied on his resume. It's fucking. I mean, obviously they don't use it for. A lot of them don't use it for good, but like, there's ways you can. There's ways you can translate that into like something good. Like you don't have to be like a criminal.
I think Steve Jobs had like that same thing.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever heard? I think I sent you the thing of. Yeah. Most of them. Some of them are just really good. Like, Elon's not a very charismatic guy. You know what I mean? He's just a super genius that knows, like, he just knows how to be extremely efficient. Like, Steve Jobs didn't. If Steve Jobs didn't know dick about computers, he was just amazing at getting people to believe in Apple and like having a vision for the future for Apple. Like, and he had that charisma. Like, when Apple was still kind of a small company, I mean, they were probably worth like $80 million at the time, but that's relatively small compared to now. They're worth like $1 trillion.
Yeah.
But he went to John Sculley, who was the CEO of Pepsi, because they were trying to hire a CEO, because it was still when Steve Jobs was the CEO, but he wanted to have someone that was better at being a CEO than he was, because he was still young. He was probably like 25 years old at this time. And so he went to John Sculley, who was the CEO of Pepsi, which was like the biggest company in the world, and convinced him to quit Pepsi and be the CEO of fucking tiny ass at the time Apple in comparison to Pepsi. And he was like, do you want to?
It seems crazy at the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
At the time.
Because Steve Jobs was the only one that had this vision for Apple becoming as big as it was going to be. And he was like he never would have done that. But he was like, Steve Jobs came in and had a meeting with me and sat across my desk. And he was like, look, do you want to sit here and make sugar water for the rest of your life? Or do you want to come with me and change the fucking world? And he was like, fuck, just quit being the CEO of Pepsi to go work with Steve Jobs. Like, I think that's kind of the same thing. Like that crazy, like in the room charisma where you can just convince people to believe in you. It's like a cult leader thing. Like, I don't know. It's cool. Yeah. It's like, so interesting to me.
Like those church leaders. Those are like, I remember one time Jordan and I, like, this is kind of along the same lines, like Joel Osteen, dude, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Huge piece of shit.
Yeah.
Obviously just like exploiting people for their fucking money.
100%.
But
He's the cult leader.
Yeah, like one morning, Jordan and I were like, we were like sitting here a night after drinking. You know how you just like talk about stupid shit the morning after
I'm
go
well
out?
aware, yeah.
Yeah. We're just sitting out here and we're like, it's Joel Osteen, huh? Let's see what this is all about. So we YouTube Joel Osteen because it's Sunday, and we find a live church stream of Joel Osteen, dude. And we're just sitting here. We watched it for like an hour. We're like, we look at each other at the end of it, and we're like, okay, we know this is bullshit, but like, he kind of like had me for a little bit there. Like he had my attention. Like I know it's bullshit, so I'm never gonna like buy into it, but like I can definitely, after watching that, I can see how people get, because it's not all bullshit. Everything he says isn't bullshit, but
Right.
like I can
He's
see
just very
how,
like manipulative about it though. Like he's doing
Yeah.
it for the money, not for the
100%.
job.
Yeah. 100%. But I can definitely see how people can get caught up in it, because we were just sitting there, we're just sitting here, and me and him were like glued to the TV for like an hour, and it was a fucking, I don't even know what the fuck I was watching, but it was like, it was easy to listen to. Like the way he talks is just so, I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people are like that from all different, like you were saying, all different spectrums.
Oh, 100%. That's even like the guy, so like the giant church in Des Moines, the like New Hope Church, because Grant goes there. And when we lived together, every once in a while, like on Sundays, he would watch, I think his name's Pastor Mike. He was like the guy there. And when he started being the pastor at that church, there was like 1,000 members or whatever. There's like 100,000 members across the country from that specific church. And like I'm not very religious. I was like whatever, I don't care. But Grant would watch them, so I'd watch a couple of them with him. And I was like, oh, dude, I get it. Like this guy has like, he's such an amazing public speaker. He's so good at it. Like he's so articulate. He's so like he's the kind of guy you want to listen to what he has to say, and he's not super like religious about it. Like he's very like I enjoyed watching a lot of him. Like I got a lot out of just watching him. Like I'm not religious. Like I don't want to go to a regular church and sit.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about how we live in a
talking.
simulation, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, so. Literally. But I was like, dude, I liked watching those. Like you'll have to ask Grant about it sometime. The guy's so interesting, and he was telling me like when that guy first started at Hope Church, like they were tiny, and now they're huge. They're like one of the biggest.
Massive,
they're like a mega church now.
Yeah, we call it Hope Stadium.
Yeah, literally. It's huge. It's massive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That kind of shit is so interesting to me. Like that's such a like amazing skill to have. That can so easily just become like a cult. Like that's what cult leaders are. Like they have that skill. They just use it negatively.
Like Jonestown.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That shit is wild. I don't know. That stuff has always fascinated me.
Should we just turn this podcast into a cult leaders podcast where we just talk about cult leaders?
Dude, 100%. I'm so obsessed with cult leaders.
Me too. I love it, dude.
It's so interesting
crazy
to me. It's so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like it's such a cool like.
Dude, it just goes back. It just goes back to the Kurt Warner thing, dude. Like you can fucking just do anything.
Yeah.
Like Kurt Warner just. Like I know Kurt Warner is nothing like Joel Osteen. But
right,
like Kurt Warner just decided I will play in the NFL.
Fuck it,
dude. You
dude.
think I'm not going to? Well, guess what? There's a simple answer to that. You're wrong. Because I am playing in the NFL.
I love shit like that. Like that's why I love David Goggins so much. Dude, David Goggins was a fat piece of shit, and he was just like, nah, I'm gonna be a Navy SEAL. Dude,
yeah.
Imagine being 300 pounds and doing nothing and just being like, I'm gonna be a Navy SEAL, and then doing it, dude.
Yeah,
he lost
doing it,
106
following through.
pounds in 3 months. That's insane.
Oh man,
dude, this stuff gets me fucking jacked up, dude.
Yeah, we'll have to get into this more next week. We'll have to get into some more stuff like this next week.
Oh yeah,
but we're at 51 minutes right now, so
wrap her up.
Yeah, I think we should probably wrap her up.
Yeah, we'll save a little for next week. We'll leave a little bit in the tank for next week.
Yeah, we might be going
coming
into...
in strong with some fucking Bernie Madoff next week.
Yeah, maybe some Jonestown action. Maybe some
little
more church mega leaders, like mega church leaders action.
I'm down for that.
I mean, we might do a tutorial on how to start a church.
I kind of want to look up like Joel Osteen's life. I kind of do. I'm interested in that.
Dude,
guy.
I bet that motherfucker has a vlog. Dude, he has a vlog channel for sure. He's like a Logan Paul. You just
Like,
go
I
look
wanna
at
know-
his YouTube and he's like doing crazy shit.
Dude, even like Logan and Jake Paul, those guys, I'm obsessed with those guys, dude. Hey, I'm gonna say it right here.
Same
Logan
thing,
and
dude.
Jake Paul.
They just said they're gonna do it and they did it.
Logan
I
and
believe.
Jake Paul are going to run for and become the president of the United States of America in our lifetime.
Timestamp that.
100%, dude. I believe that. They're gonna run as president and vice president. They're going to run. For sure they're gonna run, right? For sure Logan and Jake Paul will
Bold
run
prediction,
for president.
but it wouldn't surprise me at this point.
No. Because they still have, I mean, how old's Jake Paul? Like 25?
I think he's only like
How old is he?
23. Logan Paul's our age, I think. And Jake Paul's younger.
I think he's like a year or two older than us. Maybe not. Maybe he is our age. But they for sure are going to run
24.
for president. Yeah, so he has like 11. They can't for like 11 more years. You have to be 35.
Logan's only 26. So
Oh, really? So he's the same
Yeah.
age. Well,
Damn.
he doesn't have the most professional podcast in the world than we do. So
true. On their podcast. Dude, that's actually funny because on their podcast, they say they're the number
he
one podcast
actually
in the
does
world.
have like the fucking biggest podcast.
Well, like at the beginning of
Outside
their
of like
show, he's
Rogan,
always
like Impulsive's fucking huge, dude.
yeah.
It's actually really good. Do you ever listen to it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sometimes.
It's
I
pretty
only
good.
listen to it. I'm like hit or miss. It just depends who they have on. Like, there's
Yeah.
some guests that they have on them. Like, I don't fucking care about this.
Yeah, no, if they have good
YouTuber.
guests, I like it.
Yeah.
But
or
dude, fucking
like if
Logan
it's
Paul
just-
should be the fucking president. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah. 100%.
I think Logan and Jake Paul, dude, as much as people rip on them, they'd fucking turn this country around because they have the fucking audacity. You know Jake Paul thinks he could be the president. You know what I mean?
100%, dude. He
Like,
said
that's
he could
what
knock
you
out
need.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Dude, fuck it. I believe him.
Dude, he said he would dust Canelo. That's
Dude,
fucking
fuck
awesome.
it. I believe him.
That's
I want
awesome.
Jake Paul to become the world champion so fucking bad, dude. That would be so fucking funny
Yeah,
if Jake Paul was
same.
just the best boxer in the world. That would fucking be the funniest thing in the world.
Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome.
For sure. But no. Here, this is for real. This is for real. For sure, they're going to run for president. I think they win.
I agree.
Dude, in
I
11
think they
years.
Especially when kids that are like 15, 16 are old enough to vote. Like those
Yeah.
kids that are young now that are big, like Paul Brothers fans.
Yeah.
Like when they get older, watch out. It might
Dude.
be like a different party or something. Like they might
And
split
I
the-
think people are so sick of people in their fucking... Joe Biden's like 78 years old, dude. People
everyone's
understand
so
that we
old.
can't have that anymore. You think Joe Biden knows what a fucking NFT is? He has no idea. Jake Paul is going to be the president in the metaverse. Who gives a fuck who the president outside of the metaverse is? Jake Paul for fucking metaverse president, dude.
Yep. All right.
Timestamp it.
Jake and Logan Paul, 2024 Metaverse President. That's episode 10. Thanks for
Bam!
listening.